here's the thing that we do at the agency that a lot of people don't agree. We go ahead and reach out to the agency or reach out to the freelancer and have a conversation with them. It's honestly not their fault. It's the client's fault. But the client just can't take account. All right. As you guys can tell, I decided to go theming mode. I'm wearing white shoes with black socks. I don't see anybody actually folding like this. Pretty interesting. But, all right, so this is how I scale my agency extremely fast by using kind of this one-page formula. I think we'll make this one out. We're back. I scaled my agency really fast by using kind of like this one-page qualifying formula to qualify clients so I don't have to waste my time anymore, because like I said in the previous video, a lot of the times when I was just starting out, I didn't know how to properly qualify my clients, and that was honestly the main issue. So most agencies pursue quantity-based clients, and I built this qualification system that eliminates unfit prospects before they're able to even reach my calendar. And it's simple, one-page landing page, super straightforward, and honestly it's something that you probably know how to do today, but nobody's ever fully went in detail about it, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do for you guys today. There's people who do it with 50 questions, 10 questions. I prefer 7 because I think 7 questions is honestly the perfect middle ground. It's honestly allowed me to scale a lot faster and have a lot less headache, because the issue is when you have a lot of clients coming into your calendar, it's both a situation where in the beginning it's a bit stressful, but it's also relieving as well, because you know your business is going to grow one way or another. But the issue is on the call, qualifying the client and turning them into an actual paying client. That's one of the main issues that you're going to deal with. Hey ladies and gentlemen, my name is Akopyan. I'm the proud CEO and founder of AA Marketing Agency. Been running the agency for around 2 years now. We are an omni-channel marketing agency, purely performance based. So we help with Google ads, Facebook ads. Just gotta wait. Finally, okay, kind of went away a little bit, but we don't charge anything until we currently beat what you're doing on a monthly basis. Now, if you're interested in working in my agency, shoot me a message specifically as to why I don't have kind of like a type form qualification. I know a lot of people will fill out the form randomly and just put in false information, so just avoid that. Maybe one day I'll put the link in down below. But at my agency, we operate on honestly a core principle. We don't chase leads, we create partnerships. Now, what that does is it honestly gives a lot of certainty to the client too, because I'm basically telling them like, hey, listen, I'm gonna treat you like an adult. I'm not gonna chase you around like a kid. And if you wanna work with my agency, great. I'm gonna go full force, I'm gonna go all in. And I think that's why people like it, because I look at it more like a partnership instead of looking at it more like a monthly retainer. So it kind of gives the clients more certainty. In an industry flooded with noise, reports, retargeting, and recycled promises, what's rare is intentionality. And I think that's very important in today's day and age. We believe that a company's growth should be directly correlated with its ability to filter complexity and control access. That's why honestly I've built my qualification system for that pure reason, so I can... Are you fucking kidding me? So we increased our show up rate by 81%. And also in addition, the whole system from you booking an appointment to actually getting onboarded lasts only 48 hours. I know a lot of people like doing, booking in a meeting the next day, but the day after, we don't like that. Just get straightforward, get to the cut. Sometimes we honestly onboard clients instantaneously, like that same day. We just have it a couple hours later. And this positioned us to scale, not by desperation, but by just this system that just works really well. The challenge that most agencies lack, honestly, in today's day and age is not a lack of clients, leads, or opportunity. It's a lack of decision criteria. What that means is it's a decision without framework. Without designed framework for client selection, you kind of just say yes to everything and take in every single client, which it shouldn't be like that, because there are clients who are gonna help you scale, and then there's clients who are liabilities. That's why this one-page formula comes into place, because most of the time, whenever you're a beginner agency, you kind of just take on everybody, and some of those clients become liabilities compared to, making your life actually easier and you being able to scale their company. So every unqualified lead in the pipeline not only is demotivating for you and kind of hurts your ego for a little bit, but it also, in addition to that, it costs a lot too, whether that's financial cost, where when you're running ads, you just bring on a client for no reason, lost time, diminished confidence, and also erosion of brand equity. High growth businesses honestly aren't built on volume. Now, when you're doing outreach, yeah, completely understandable if you want to go on volume, but at the same time, they're built through velocity of multiple filters. Let's say, for example, if you go to the top companies in the world, and these companies who actually back the information that they say, like, hey, we only take a certain amount of people on or you only bring on like, let's say 30% of the people, and they're this insane grossing company and they make a ton of money and profit just fucking running through the trees, bro. Those companies are the people who actually grow because they actually choose who they want to work with, and they do say no to a lot of people. Our solution is intentional yet very simple. It's very straightforward. It's a single page, 7 questions, and it's designed to not collect information, but measure readiness of a client, values, and also alignment. That's the difference between an agency that just started out compared to my agency. That's what we filter for. Now, the first thing is we go through a business screen. We ask questions like, what's your current monthly revenue? Now, what this does, of course, is I'm sure every single person who has an agency asks this question, but it allows us to automatically identify, what's going on. If they're a business that's in an investable position, we don't like working with companies who are the hypothetical companies. We like working with companies with the infrastructure and, a set yes or no. Because most of the time what you're going to deal with is companies that are saying, hey, listen, we have the funds, we just don't know if you're the right person for it, which is completely fine, and it kind of goes into the sales process. And then from there, we go into part 2, which is execution urgency indicator. If the right solution is presented to you, how soon are we prepared to take action? Questions we'll ask is, have you worked with a marketing agency before, and what was your result? Were you satisfied or were you unsatisfied? Now, this single question uncovers the explanations to a lot of other questions that you may have. Potential bias, their accountability threshold, all of which is honestly a direct impact of success. Now, for example, here's the thing that we do at the agency that a lot of people don't agree. If we see in this question here where it says, have you worked with an agency before and what was the result? Was it, something that you found successful? Did you like it? Did you not? Sometimes people may have an agency work for them and they're very successful, but they don't like how the agency treated them. So from there, when we ask this question, we kind of see what type of person this would be. If they say all the good things about this agency, hey, this agency was great, but I just didn't really like this one specific thing, and they weren't rude about it, they weren't disrespectful, still said the agency was great, then it's a good client. That shows accountability, that shows that, hey, listen, everything they did here was great, I just didn't like this one thing, hey, but I also might have messed up on this specific thing which caused this problem. Now, a lot of the times what clients tend to do, who, even if they like or they don't like, they like using agencies as personal gain. So they go ahead, use this agency, and then from there, they're not able to meet the guarantee, and then from there, they just take it as their own. But nonetheless, if we see a potential client who wants to book in a call into my calendar, we go ahead and see what they wrote about the previous agency. If they write a lot of bad stuff, if they write, hey, they didn't take accountability for this, like they say all these horrible things, and when you're reading it, you think, wow, they just worked with the worst agency in the entire world. We actually go ahead and reach out to the agency, or we actually go ahead and reach out to the freelancer, and we have a conversation with them, and we see exactly what's going on. And when somebody writes a bad comment like that, we use AI to kind of configure exactly if it's a good comment or a bad comment, or good response or bad response. But from there, what happens is we kind of come to a conclusion, and when there's a good response, it gives us a notification and it says good. When there's a bad response, it gives us a notification that says bad, and then there's also like the middle as well. But if somebody goes ahead and writes a bad comment about the previous agency, then from there what we do is we go ahead and reach out to the agency or reach out to the freelancer and have a conversation with them. Because at the end of the day, listen, the freelancer or agency owner may have messed up, right? But most of the time, literally 99% of the time that we talk to these people, these previous agency owners or freelancers that have worked with this company, it's honestly not their fault, it's the client's fault. But the client just can't take accountability. And from there, we come to a conclusion that, hey, listen, we're not even gonna let this person go into our calendar. This person is gonna be a liability and it's gonna cause us many problems and has a very high potential of leaving a bad review, causing us a lot of harm. So it's honestly one thing that people don't look out for. And even if the client is a perfect client, just for that specific reason, we won't deal with them because we've dealt with them in the past. And those clients are clients who do everything in their power to just get personal gain and come out profitable in the end. So for example, if you have a guarantee 30 clients plus, if you're not able to meet the requirement, full refund plus $1,000 on top, they're gonna do everything they can to make sure you don't meet the requirement. And we don't respect that at the agency. Here is a question that a lot of people don't know to ask. And honestly, sales reps or any associates never ask this question. And it's a strategic prioritization test question. Now, what that question is, do you prioritize revenue, profit, or long-term valuation? It separates people into the ones that want to scale tactically and aggressively compared to those building for scalability. Now, what happens is if you get somebody for a long-term valuation, those are the people who want to build the company proper from the ground up and turn around and sell the company in the future. If you're helping people who want to prioritize profit, that means they want to scale the company really fast, make a shit ton of money, and then just leave the company, just drop it. Right, in the next 2-3 years. And also people who want to prioritize revenue are people who want to showcase that they've made a lot of money and then from there potentially go ahead and turn around and sell the company or use their revenue as a way to bring in more clients as like a tricking situation, which that's kind of like a gray area, which sometimes we speak to the client and work with them, sometimes we don't. So good tip for you guys to actually understand. Really never heard of anybody in the space asking that question, so I think it's very important for you guys to go ahead and ask. The next part of it is the execution, right? The system behind the form. What powers the form is honestly a deeply integrated system that took many hours with the team and I inside of our Go High Level Snapshot. So again, if you guys are interested in that Go High Level Snapshot that literally breaks down my whole business, feel free. Shoot me a message and I'll go ahead and I'll send you guys a link so you guys can go and pick that up yourself, because I think it's one of the most important things and single-handedly the thing that has excelled my agency unlike no other. It performs honestly intelligent tasks real time better than I've worked with any other CRM system, and this is honestly my bread and butter. This is my baby. I've worked on it for so many years and I think it's just honestly incredible. It's auto tags with prospects' behaviors, scores, lead intent, and routes only the most qualified prospects into my calendar. And also it launches fully customizable SMS and email marketing nurture paths based on their response. So the one thing that I do also that a lot of people don't do is when I'm working with the client, in the middle of it, they'll also get emails as well that says, hey, did you appreciate this meeting? Did you like this meeting? What did you not like about this meeting? Do you like the way the system is set up and everything like that? And I encourage the clients to give the full honest truth. If you don't like it, just say it up front, because it honestly helps me. It's more of a benefit for you saying something that is bad than something that's good. Now, this isn't specifically a form. It's kind of like it's a frontline filtering machine. So the form is one portion of it, one step of it, but there's 50 other steps that go into this that you don't see. It's designed to protect time, elevate the brand, and honestly attract only the right type of buyer. So for example, the way I run my agency is I would rather have 5 to 10 clients who are good clients, easy to work with, and we're scaling very aggressively. Those clients who are low ticket and really stress about the invoices here and there are honestly the worst type of clients you could possibly have. The best clients are the clients who don't even care about the funds, they just care about the result. And I think that's what differentiates people from the good clients and the bad clients. Now, we don't also just run ads. Again, we're an omni-channel marketing agency. We engineer a system that gives us control of the entire pipeline. So when we go into a client's pipeline, we control their whole pipeline. Most of the time, agencies who go into a business, they just run the ads. They don't really care about anything else. Since we are omni-channel, we have to control the whole pipeline, which honestly brings in more revenue and makes it honestly a little bit better because we can kind of control the whole thing. So when we work with these clients, the good thing about it is that since we are omni-channel, we can make even more money. We may make $10,000 from a client on the ads portion of it, but then we also may make another additional $5,000 just from the email and SMS marketing because we're really good at copywriting. Even myself, I'm honestly insane at it. So that's honestly why we do omni-channel, because we can kind of make more as a whole and we can kind of control everything that goes on, which is really important. It's almost like a psychological trick too. Whenever the client stops working with us, they kind of have to go, full force, head on with this task. And when you have a team taking care of it, it honestly feels extremely easy. But when you have to handle it yourself, it's extremely difficult. So since deploying this system, the average close rate at our agency has increased by 42%, which is ridiculously high. We were at somewhere around 40% in the beginning, and now we're at around 85% floating somewhere around there. Client lifetime value is up 78%, and our client onboarding time has been reduced by 63%, which is honestly incredible. I think one of the main things that takes a lot of time is the onboarding, and it's honestly relieving seeing that much time taken off from client onboarding. These aren't, vanity metrics. These are honestly the structural advantages that allows us to grow my agency without honestly sacrificing quality, culture, and bandwidth. Because most of the time the thing is, you may bring on a lot of clients, but it may cause your team a lot of mental stress, and I think that's very important to understand that and adapt based upon it. Because previously I was telling my media buyers like, hey listen, I'm gonna bring on X amount of clients. Yeah, it's great and all, but the results get worse as you bring on more clients, so I just prefer having less clients. My media buyers work less, and we honestly just make more money. So listen, if you're an agency owner and still taking calls with anybody who clicks on the link, whoever the fuck clicks on the link, you just move forward with them. You're not running a business, you're just reacting to noise, and I think that's very important for you to understand as an agency owner, because listen, I'm offering access to this exact framework we use. It's the perfect client filtering system. It's fully built on Go High Level on a Snapshot, and the backend automation is what drives our qualification process. If you want the formula, feel free to post a comment down below. If you guys are really interested in this, I'll make a full video breaking it all down. This isn't just another basic snapshot. It's honestly the same formula we've used to scale my agency, AA marketing agency, from unknown to over $250,000 in the first week of me using the formula, which was 4 months ago. So if you're serious about something where you want to grow fast, but you want to grow with quality and be able to grow with clarity and command as well, and this is honestly where that shift begins, and you'll feel right at home using this snapshot.